The Apple ecosystem is something that a lot of us are in, and some are deeper than others, such as myself. I'm very much ingrained into this ecosystem as a whole. I can't see myself leaving it anytime soon. But the main reason for that is because of how well it all just works. Apple is a brand that needs no introduction. The only thing that you need to know when it comes to the ecosystem as a whole is just simply the iPhone coming out in 2007. It was the start of everything Apple. But the main thing with the iPhone is that it's what most people have who own Apple products. Not only that, but it's what holds the actual ecosystem together as a whole. And fundamentally, the iPhone is the thing that people do get, and then they start considering other things like AirPods, like an iPad, like a MacBook, Apple Watches, and a lot more. So Apple's devices all work in tandem together. Firstly, you have the center of it all. Currently, it's the iPhone 13 and 13 Pro, which currently has 120Hz OLED displays. That's only the iPhone 13 Pro model though. That has 3 amazing cameras and now has an entire battery capacity that lasted for me on average between 24 to 36 hours. After that, you might find yourself with some questions. Well, do I need some earphones? Well, get AirPods. Do you need a tablet? Well, there's nothing that's actually better than an iPad currently. Do you need a laptop? Well, you've also got the new MacBooks. If you need a new smartwatch when you want to come and track workouts, well, you've got the Apple Watch. And if you want to use something that allows you to watch YouTube, Netflix, and also mirror from your phone, then you've got the Apple TV. All of these things work so well together that you hit a point where to leave the ecosystem is something that might interest you, but when you remember that if you leave, you can't have it all work as well as it does right now. But what truly makes the ecosystem is the software. It's iOS, Macintosh, AirDrop, iMessage, FaceTime. All of these things are so ingrained into the softwares that honestly it makes it such an amazing experience. For me personally, I couldn't ever want to go back to Android purely because of AirDrop. I'm someone who does like going out, taking photos with my camera, and I like editing them on my Mac or on my iPad if I have the dongle for it. It allows me just to instantly AirDrop it over to my phone so I can just go post it, whatever I want to do with it straight away. Then you got FaceTime, which to be honest, I don't like having external apps installed, which is the same with, let's say, iMessage. I don't like things like WhatsApp. I just think it's a really clunky, like not aesthetically pleasing looking app. Overall, I prefer iMessage. I think it looks a lot cleaner, everything like that. Same with FaceTime, and I like the new updates that they've done with FaceTime. And I just don't want to install things like Zoom or Teams to do the same thing that FaceTime does now. But then you have on the other side of that Apple Music and Icloud, which to be honest, I don't like either one of these too much. I use iCloud currently, but I'm considering swapping over to Google Drive just so that I can use it as well within my PC for things like editing videos, everything like that. But yeah, with Apple Music, I also just don't like the app itself. Again, it's just a personal preference sort of thing. I prefer Spotify overall. I think it's just a lot more well put together app. As an app, I don't really enjoy WhatsApp, which is why I use iMessage a lot more, and I use FaceTime, especially with the new updates that have come out, and it allows you to do things like screen sharing. There's made FaceTime something that I actually want to use more regularly. iCloud is nice, but honestly, Google Drive is something that looks a lot better overall, and by the looks of it, overall performs a lot better than iCloud. iCloud is mainly only useful when it comes to updating your device, if you're swapping from, let's say, an old iPhone to a new one. But the last area that I want to talk about when it comes to the software is the focus modes. With the focus modes, you're allowed to just basically make what's been on Android for ages, obviously, so I'm not going to sit here and act like Apple have done something revolutionary. I like how it just syncs across everything. So for example, if let's say I want to just work on, let's say, editing for a while and I don't want to be disturbed at all, then I could turn the focus mode on this one. It will auto turn on my laptop. It will auto turn on the iPad, everything. But also what it allows is things like obviously sleep. It allows then your phone to automatically turn itself on do not disturb, and it will only get a notification if your alarm is going off in the morning. That's the only time you'll receive a notification coming through on your phone. But overall, it's the little small things that Apple have done over the years with iOS especially, and other forms of their software throughout, let's say, iPad OS, Mac, and everything overall, that works really well together. And generally speaking, the reason why iPhone is one of the most sold phones ever is purely because of how easy they are to use, how easily they all work together, everything. And I want to talk about two parts of the Apple ecosystem. One thing that I think needs to be improved, and one thing I really want to see be added to the ecosystem. The first one is Safari as a whole. I think that it still needs to be worked on a bit more. It has been done very well currently. I think Safari works pretty nicely now in comparison to, let's say, a year ago now. But overall, I think it still could use some more improvements, because I still think Chrome is a better browser overall. I just don't use it on my iPhone because, again, I don't like into having to use different ones across my softwares. I'd rather just use Safari. I can go on my laptop and instantly just load it up straight away. I know you could do that with Google Chrome, but overall it's just a little bit more janky and clunky having to do it from those Google platforms from my iPhone instead of just using the built-in Safari. But besides that, the one thing that I do want to really see is Apple make their own camera, or at least a body anyway. And the way I would say that they should do this would literally be make a mirrorless camera that is really thin. Like, they could basically get away with making a mirrorless camera that's about double the thickness of an iPhone, probably. Just give you all the basic buttons to do everything manual. Give you a screen. They don't even need to give you a viewfinder, really. They can if they want to just pretty much encapsulate a bit more of the market. But overall, if they just made it so they had adapters that they sold for Sony, Canon, and let's say Sigma lenses, Nikon lenses, everything like that, then basically what you're going to end up seeing is a lot of people just integrate over to Apple. Main reason, at least for me, the reason why I want to see it happen is just because I'm imagining that let's say you're on the go, you're doing photos, but you want to be able to post them really quick. Or let's say you're going out and doing a job for someone and you're doing those photos. You could automatically take the photo on your camera, not even require an SD card. It auto gets backed up. Could instantly instead airdrop over to, let's say, your laptop or iPad, where you could just go straight into editing with, let's say, Lightroom. But yeah, overall, that is the Apple ecosystem. It's something that just works very well between each other. Apple basically just decide to go down a route and then just start working on it for a few years. They'll then stop for a little bit. Currently, they're a bit more on their laptop eras right now. They're kind of focusing in on that and trying to just perfect the iPad by the looks of it. But they've got the best tablets you can have right now. Their laptops are quite decent. I wouldn't say they're still better than PC currently. But also, though, I would say that, to be honest, yes, there is some good smartwatches out there, but I think the Apple Watch does something that a lot of others don't, which is just ease of use and just simplicity. And because of that, it's just so much more nicer and neat to use. But yeah, with all that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to leave a like and do subscribe to see more videos like this on the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a good one.